सचिन, क्या लगता है आपको कि कोई आपका रिकॉर्ड तोड़ पाएगा?
आई थिंक इसी रूम में बैठे हुए हमारे यंगस्टर्स,
चांस ही नहीं।
मुझे नजर आ रहे यंगस्टर्स बिल्कुल
कौन
कर सकते हैं. विराट एंड रोहित आर द वंस.
Even the god of cricket believes Virat Kohli can go past his records. And on this special day, when Virat walks out for his 200th ODI match, let's just look back at the most iconic innings played by King Kohli and the situations leading up to that. So let's just shift our focus to that post 2011 World Cup season where we had that devastating 4-0 whitewash to the hands of England. Months later, we reached Australia, but mind you, the picture was very different from all the other Australian tour. For the first time, from Australian media to their former players to the news articles, everybody gave an edge to India. And to be honest, they were not wrong. For test matches, we had veterans in the lights of Rahul Dravid, VVS Lakshman, Sachin Tendulkar compared to Ed Cowan, David Warner, Brad Haddin, and a totally out of form Ricky Ponting. And the Australians lost to New Zealand after 26 years on their home turf was a sign that this team needed more time for reforming themselves. And for one day, we had our full strength World Cup side against an Aussies team who failed to make the semi-finals for the first time since 1992. So, you get my point, right? We talk about the word momentum, and Indians surely did had a lot of it. But 2 months later, from the time that tour started, we were in a totally different position. We were swept clean in test matches. We won only 2 out of our 7 matches in the triangular series, and now we were on the verge of catching flight back to our home without even playing the finals. And the day of 28th of Feb 2012, everybody was talking about, can Tendulkar have his final hurrah in Australia? Can he repeat that magic of Shah Jahan? And I still remember even Dhoni at the time of toss recalled watching the games of 90s where Tendulkar would single-handedly win matches for India in a run chase. And by the time we reached halfway mark, Sri Lanka felt they had one foot in the final, scoring 320 and leaving India to chase it down in just 40 overs to keep their hopes alive. This was a totally different ball game, and with our backs to the wall, our openers Sachin and Sehwag started really well. We were going smoothly and steadily until Sachin departed for 39, leaving all of us in total disbelief. But out goes Sachin, in came Virat. Yes, this was the first moment of the passing of the torch to Virat Kohli. It was a difficult situation and under a lot of pressure, this youngster responded. And boy, he put on a display of stroke making. His wrist work was amazing and he powered an Indian fight back on what had been a forgettable overseas tour. Kohli single-handedly made a mockery of that imposing score and kept Indians' final hope alive. And for the first time, he totally decimated Malinga in a single over, scoring 24 runs. He looked in a different zone altogether. And at the time when no one expected, surely no one expected from this youngster, out of nowhere, he came and snatched victory for us. He scored an unbeaten 133 from just 86 deliveries with 16 boundaries and 2 sixes. And for me, from this day, the focus started to shift on this youngster. And then, not even a month later, India faced similar crisis in the 2012 Asia Cup against arch rival Pakistan. India was coming off a bitter and sweet memory in the last match. having lost the match to Bangladesh, but Sachin managing his much awaited 100th international century. Having got the ghost off his back, everyone expected Sachin to have a go at this huge total of 329 set by the Pakistani in a must-win game. Sachin and Virat stitched the innings, and India again looked up to the god of cricket, again looked up to Sachin and expected him to take us through this mega battle. But when he felt in the 20th over, scoreboard read 133 for 2. And from that time, when gaps were needed for runs, Kohli was the man. When singles were needed, Kohli was the man. When boundaries were needed, Kohli was that man. And yes, just 3 weeks after his heroic in Hobart, India successfully chased their highest score in one-day international cricket, and again, Kohli was the man on that day. In this mammoth effort, which saw him reaching 183, which was his career best. And the irony here is, that match went on to be the last time we saw Sachin in coloured clothings. And really, we need to understand this. Sachin was one of those biggest reasons why we became die-hard fan of cricket. And following that trend, in today's generation, Virat Kohli is doing the same thing for us. So guys, please do let me know which according to you is a more iconic Virat Kohli moment. And please like this video and subscribe to this channel.